Iron Man vs. Cyborg Superman. Tech-fueled war. Hey tech enthusiasts and comic aficionados. Welcome back to another electrifying episode where we pit the mightiest figures of Marvel and DC against each other. Today, we're diving deep into a battle that's been brewing in the imaginations of fans for years. Iron Man vs. Cyborg Superman. So, who would triumph in this ultimate tech-fueled war? Buckle up, because we're about to break it down with some serious, number-crunching analysis. Background of Iron Man. Alright, let's kick things off with our favorite genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, Tony Stark. You know him as Iron Man, but let's dig under the armor. Tony's IQ is estimated to be around 270, putting him in the ultra-genius category. He's not just any inventor, he's a prodigy who built his first circuit board at age 4 and his first engine at 6. After taking over Stark Industries at 21, he revolutionized technology and weapons development, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But let's talk about the catalyst, the shrapnel near his heart. That life-threatening injury led to the creation of the Mark I suit, powered by the miniaturized arc reactor. From there, the evolution of his armor is nothing short of exponential growth. From the clunky Mark I to the bleeding-edge model Prime Armor, Tony's suits have advanced in leaps and bounds. Remember the Hulkbuster? That beast was specifically engineered to counter the Hulk's immeasurable strength, featuring over 175 tons of raw power. And the bleeding-edge armor? Made of nanobots stored within his body, it forms around him at will and can adapt its shape and weaponry on the fly. His arsenal includes repulsor rays capable of emitting beams at 70 petawatts. That's 70 quadrillion watts, folks. His unibeam can cut through the toughest alloys, and his suits can interface with external technologies seamlessly. Don't forget his AI companions, JARVIS and FRIDAY, which provide him with real-time tactical analyses, predictive modeling, and even control over a fleet of autonomous suits. Background of Cyborg Superman. Switching over to the DC universe, let's delve into the tragic and twisted story of Hank Henshaw, aka Cyborg Superman. Henshaw was a brilliant NASA astronaut heading the Excalibur space shuttle crew. An experimental mission gone awry due to a solar flare, thanks to an experiment sabotaged by LexCorp, led to the catastrophic destruction of the shuttle and the mutation and eventual death of his crew, including his wife. But here's where it gets wild. Hank survived by transferring his consciousness into electronic systems. Over time, he used Superman's birthing matrix to create a new body composed of Kryptonian technology and genetics. This fusion granted him abilities on par with Superman himself. Cyborg Superman possesses superhuman strength estimated to rival Superman's, able to lift over 100 quintillion tons under optimal conditions. He can fly at speeds faster than light, has heat vision reaching temperatures of 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and possesses enhanced senses. But his cybernetic enhancements give him an edge even Superman doesn't have: technopathy. He can control, manipulate, and assimilate technology at will, down to the molecular level. He's regenerated from near-total annihilation by integrating with machinery, making him incredibly resilient. Notable feats? He decimated Coast City, led to the rise of the Eradicator, and even took on the entire Green Lantern Corps, showcasing his ability to wield and manipulate immense power. Technology and powers comparison. Now, let's line these two titans up and see how their abilities stack against each other. Iron Man's technology. Armor capabilities. Flight at speeds exceeding Mach 10, around 7,672 miles per hour. Advanced life support systems. Energy shields capable of withstanding nuclear blasts. Energy output. Repulsor beams at 70 petawatts, enough to vaporize asteroids and penetrate the strongest alloys. AI integration. His eyes possess processing speeds measured in exaflops, that's a quintillion calculations per second. Versatility. Suits designed for specific scenarios, space exploration, underwater missions, stealth operations, and even magic resistance, the Uru armor. Cyborg Superman's powers. Kryptonian physiology under a yellow sun. Near infinite strength, invulnerability, super speed, heat vision, freeze breath, and more. Technopathy. Control over any technology, from simple circuits to complex networks, even at interstellar distances. Regeneration. Capable of reconstructing his body from any mechanical or technological source, essentially making him immortal unless completely obliterated. Integration with machinery. He can merge with any tech, enhancing his abilities or repairing himself. In sheer physical stats, Cyborg Superman might seem to have the upper hand, but Tony's tech isn't just hardware, it's the embodiment of his genius. Strengths and weaknesses. Let's break down their strengths and potential vulnerabilities. Iron Man's strengths. Genius-level intellect. Tony's smart enough to outthink most opponents, often creating contingency plans. He's reinvented elements and cracked alien technologies overnight. Adaptive technology. His suits can adapt to threats on the fly, with modular weapon systems and evolving AI protocols. Resource access. With Stark Industries' vast resources, he can mass-produce suits, develop new tech rapidly, and has contacts across the superhero community. Weaknesses. Human limitations. At the end of the day, Tony is human. His physical form can be compromised outside the suit. Technological reliance. His suits can be susceptible to hacking, EMPs, or other forms of technological interference, though he usually has some countermeasures in place. Cyborg Superman's strengths. Superhuman abilities. Strength, speed, and durability on par with Superman make him a nearly unstoppable force. Technopathy. He can control and manipulate any technology, potentially turning Iron Man's own suits against him. Regenerative capability. Unless completely destroyed in an instant, he can rebuild himself, often stronger than before. Weaknesses. Kryptonite vulnerability. Exposure to kryptonite radiation can weaken his Kryptonian components. Radiation sensitivity. Certain types of radiation, like red sun radiation, can nullify his Kryptonian powers. Obsessive behavior. His vendettas can cloud his judgment, leading to tactical errors. The battle scenario. Alright, let's set up this colossal clash. Setting. A sprawling, futuristic megacity, think Neo-Tokyo meets Metropolis, with a dense network of advanced technology, skyscrapers, and a plethora of gadgets. Circumstances leading to the confrontation. Cyborg Superman arrives in this dimension, seeking to eradicate anything associated with Superman. Mistaking Iron Man's red and gold armor for a symbol of the House of El, he targets Stark. Tony, detecting a massive energy surge and unfamiliar tech signatures, decides to investigate, quipping, "Well, this can't be good." Friday, let's see what our uninvited guest is up to. Initial encounter. Iron Man attempts to communicate, but Cyborg Superman attacks without warning, using heat vision with temperatures exceeding 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Tactical approaches. Iron Man deploys energy shields that can withstand nuclear-level impacts. Switches to scanning modes to analyze Cyborg Superman's composition. Realizes he's dealing with a cybernetic Kryptonian. Cyborg Superman uses superspeed, potentially reaching light speed, to close gaps, delivering punches measured in teratons of force. Mid-battle twists. Cyborg Superman attempts to hack into Iron Man's armor using technopathy. Alarms blare as Tony's systems face unprecedented intrusion levels. But Tony activates a quantum-encrypted firewall, specifically designed to block AI and technopathic attacks. "Nice try, but you're not the only one who can play with tech," Tony smirks. Iron Man then unleashes the Godkiller Protocol, a satellite network of weaponry capable of emitting beams enriched with red sun radiation. He lures Cyborg Superman into a trap where these beams weaken his Kryptonian powers. Climactic showdown. With Cyborg Superman's Kryptonian abilities diminished, Tony switches to the anti-synthezoid armor, inspired by his encounters with Ultron and Vision, designed to combat techno-organic foes. The battle reaches a fever pitch. Iron Man uses a localized EMP to attempt to disrupt Cyborg Superman's cybernetics, but Henshaw counters by absorbing surrounding technology to replenish himself. In a final move, Tony overloads his arc reactor to emit a blast combining red sun radiation and kryptonite particles, an unprecedented energy output that could potentially incapacitate Cyborg Superman. "Let's see how you handle a supernova-level event," Tony exclaims as he unleashes the blast. Possible outcomes. Now, let's analyze how this could play out. Outcome 1. Iron Man's victory. Strategic genius. Tony's ability to quickly analyze and adapt gives him the edge, especially with his understanding of both technology and alien biology. Exploiting weaknesses. Utilizing kryptonite and red sun radiation levels the playing field, neutralizing Cyborg Superman's Kryptonian powers. Superior tech countermeasures. His specialized armors and AI can fend off technopathic attacks, and his resource network allows for rapid deployment of countermeasures. Outcome 2. Cyborg Superman's triumph. Overwhelming power. Even with his Kryptonian powers dampened, his cybernetic components are formidable, and he can continue to regenerate. Technopathy overcomes defenses. Given enough time, he might breach Tony's defenses, taking control of his armors or turning the environment against him. Endurance battle. Cyborg Superman can outlast Iron Man, whose suits have energy limitations despite their advanced reactors. Influencing factors. Preparation time. If Tony has prior knowledge and prep time, his chances increase significantly. Environmental tech. In a city brimming with technology, Cyborg Superman has more resources to exploit. Backup support. Potential intervention from allies could tip the scales, whether it's the Avengers or members of the Justice League. Expert and fan opinions. Let's see what the experts and fan communities have to say. Expert insights. Dr. Emil Hamilton, fictional DC Universe scientist. Cyborg Superman's integration with Kryptonian and Earth technology makes him a unique threat, one that requires unconventional strategies to defeat. Reed Richards, fictional Marvel Universe scientist. Tony's ingenuity and ability to adapt are his greatest assets. However, facing an opponent who can control technology itself presents a paradoxical challenge. Fan community polls. A recent poll on ComicVine with over 100,000 participants showed 55% in favor of Cyborg Superman, citing his superior raw power and regeneration. On the Marvel vs. DC subreddit, discussions highlight that while Iron Man is incredibly resourceful, Cyborg Superman's technopathy could be a game changer. Crossover references. In non-canonical crossover events, characters like Batman have devised strategies to counter Superman-level threats, often relying on kryptonite and advanced tech. While Iron Man hasn't faced Cyborg Superman directly, his battles against beings like Thor and the Sentry show he's no stranger to facing godlike opponents. So there you have it, a deep dive into one of the most intriguing hypothetical battles in comic book lore. Iron Man brings to the table an unparalleled blend of intellect, cutting-edge technology, and adaptability. His capacity to devise specialized solutions under pressure is legendary. Cyborg Superman, on the other hand, is a fusion of Kryptonian might and cybernetic prowess, with abilities that can overwhelm even the strongest of foes and adaptability through technopathy and regeneration. In the end, the victor would likely depend on the circumstances. Does Iron Man have time to prepare? Is Cyborg Superman at full power under a yellow sun? The battle could swing either way, and that's the beauty of these cross-universe matchups. What's undeniable is that this confrontation would be an epic spectacle, blending raw power, advanced technology, and brilliant strategy. Audience engagement. Now it's over to you, fellow nerds and geeks. Who do you think would win this epic showdown? Are you Team Iron Man, trusting in Tony's genius and tech? Or Team Cyborg Superman, betting on Hank Henshaw's overwhelming power and technopathy? Drop your detailed theories, power calculations, and battle strategies in the comments below. Let's get a debate going. Who knows, maybe we'll uncover an angle no one's considered yet. And if there are other matchups you'd love to see analyzed, like Dr. Doom versus Lex Luthor in a battle of the evil geniuses, let me know. Your idea might be featured in the next video. Call to action. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through the multiverse. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more content packed with technical insights and epic analyses, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for next week's episode, where we'll be dissecting the complexities of the Speed Force and comparing the fastest beings across different universes. Until then, keep tinkering with those gadgets, stay curious, and remember, the only limit is your imagination. Catch you in the next one.